Stop! Leave me alone! You are hurting me! Wumi screamed, tears running down her face as she tried to fend off the attacker in the dark alleys. Once upon a time, in the busy city of Lagos, lived a young woman named Wumi. She was beautiful and smart, with dreams of a bright future. One was becoming a medical doctor, but her poor background was not encouraging her dreams. Her father died when she was little, and only her poor mother was left to take care of her and her little brother. Wumi worked hard at a small cafe, saving money to support her family and continue her education. She lived with her mother and her younger brother in a modest apartment, always trying to make ends meet. One day, while serving coffee at the cafe, Wumi met a man named Olu. Olu was charming and handsome, with a smile that could melt hearts. He visited the cafe every morning, and soon he and Wumi started talking and laughing together. Olu seemed genuinely interested in Wumi, and she began to fall for him. One evening, Olu invited Wumi to a fancy restaurant. She was excited, thinking this might be the start of a new, beautiful relationship. Olu picked her up in a sleek car, and they drove through the city, talking and laughing. The restaurant was beautiful, with twinkling lights and soft music. Wumi felt like she was in a dream. As they were enjoying their meal, Olu's phone rang. He excused himself and stepped outside to take the call. It was his crime partner, Ade. "Hello, Olu. Where are you?" Ade asked. "Olu, I am with the new catch at the restaurant. We will be meeting you shortly. Make sure you are at our usual spot on time." Ade: "Sure, man. I'll be there as usual." Wumi didn't bother much, but when Olu returned, his mood had changed. He seemed distant and distracted. Wumi tried to ignore him and continued to enjoy the evening. After dinner, Olu suggested they take a walk. They strolled through the streets of Lagos hand in hand until they reached a quiet dark alley. Getting there, Olu thought to himself, where could Ade be? We agreed to meet here, and he's nowhere to be found. Olu had no idea that Ade got beaten at the next street while trying to rob someone. Wumi, on the other hand, started to have a mixed feeling. She said, "Olu, I don't feel comfortable anymore. Here is no longer safe. It's getting darker with each step. Please, let's go back." As she turned to go back, suddenly, Olu grabbed Wumi's arm tightly. "Come here. Where do you think you're going?" "We need to talk," he said, his voice cold and menacing. "I know you have money," Olu said, his grip tightening. "Give it to me now." Wumi was shocked and scared. "Olu, I don't have money here. The little money I have, I need it for my family," she pleaded. Olu's eyes turned cold. "They just paid your salary. Hand it over to me now or you will regret it." Wumi realized she was in danger. She tried to pull away, but Olu's grip was too strong. She screamed for help, but the alley was deserted. Just as she thought all hope was lost, she heard footsteps approaching. A group of young men from the neighborhood had heard her cries and rushed to help. "Let her go!" one of them shouted. And Olu, seeing he was outnumbered, released Wumi and fled. The young men surrounded Wumi, making sure she was safe. One of them, named Femi, offered to walk her home. Thank you, Wumi said, her voice trembling. I don't know what I would have done without you. Femi smiled reassuringly. You are safe now. Let's get you home, he said. The next day, at the cafe, Wumi's thoughts were clouded by the previous night's events. She couldn't believe how wrong she had been about Olu. As she served customers, she noticed a group of women whispering and pointing at her. One of them, Titi, approached her. Wumi, we heard about what happened last night. Olu has been doing this to other girls too. He preys on kind-hearted, hard-working women like you, Titi said, her face filled with concern. Wumi felt a mix of anger and relief. But how come I've never heard this before? How come nobody told me about this? Anyway, thank you, Titi. I need to warn other girls about him. Wumi's friendship with Femi grew stronger after that night. Femi was always there for her, checking in to make sure she was okay. They started spending time together, and Wumi began to see how kind and thoughtful Femi was. One afternoon, Femi invited Wumi to a park near his home. They sat on a bench under a large tree, enjoying the cool breeze. Wumi, I have been meaning to tell you something, Femi said, his voice nervous but sincere. I really like you. Not just as a friend, I care about you a lot. Wumi was taken aback. She had never thought of Femi in that way before. But now that he said it, she realized she had grown fond of him too. I care about you too, Femi. You have been so kind to me. I don't know what I would have done without you, she replied, feeling a warmth spread through her heart. However, not everyone was happy about Wumi and Femi's blossoming relationship. Wumi's co-worker, Bola, who had always had a crush on Femi, started spreading rumors. Wumi only likes Femi because he saved her. She is using him to feel safe. Bola will whisper to anyone who would listen. Wumi heard the rumors and felt hurt. She knew the truth, but it was still painful to hear such lies. Femi, on the other hand, ignored the gossip and stood by Wumi. People will always talk, Wumi. What's important is that we know the truth, he said, holding her hand. One day, while walking through the market, Wumi saw Olu again. He was with another girl, using the same charming smile he used on her. Anger bubbled inside her, and she decided she couldn't stay silent. Olu, stop lying to people and hurting them, Wumi shouted, catching the attention of the market crowd. Olu turned pale. Wumi, what are you talking about? You know exactly what I am talking about. You tried to rob me, and now you are trying to deceive another girl. People need to know who you really are, she said, her voice steady and strong. The crowd began to murmur, and Olu, realizing he was exposed, quickly left the market. Wumi's bold move gained her respect in the community. People started coming to her for advice and support. Her story became a symbol of courage and resilience, and she used her experience to help others avoid similar traps. Femi was proud of Wumi's bravery. You are amazing, Wumi. You have turned your pain into strength and helped so many people. Wumi smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment. Thank you, Femi. I couldn't have done it without you. With the support of her community and the love of Femi, Wumi's life began to change for the better. She enrolled in a university, pursuing her dream of becoming a medical doctor. Femi continued to be by her side, encouraging her every step of the way. A few months later, Femi planned a special evening for Wumi. He took her to the same park where he had first confessed his feelings. Under a large tree, with a star shining above, Femi got down on one knee. "Wumi, will you marry me?" he asked, holding out a beautiful ring. Wumi's heart swelled with joy. "Yes, Femi, I will marry you." The news of their engagement spread quickly, and the community celebrated their love. Wumi and Femi's story became a beacon of hope, showing that even after the darkest time, love and kindness can prevail. The day of Wumi and Femi's wedding was filled with love and joy. Friends, family, and neighbors gathered to celebrate their union. The ceremony was beautiful, with heartfelt vows and tearful smiles. As Wumi walked down the aisle, she felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for everyone who had supported her. The reception was lively, with music, dancing, and delicious food. Wumi's mother gave a touching speech, expressing her pride and happiness. "Wumi, my daughter, you have shown great strength and courage. I know you and Femi will build a wonderful life together." Wumi's journey from rejection and danger to finding true love and happiness taught everyone a valuable lesson. She graduated from a medical school with an outstanding result and got a very good job offer in the UK, causing her and Femi to relocate and start a new life. Did you enjoy the story? Please, if you did, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel for more. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Until my next video, bye bye, see you soon.